And this is when I said, I decided I was going to do some mixed media again. I wanted to add some color. I hadn't done some color in a while. So this is actually a photograph that I took earlier in the month, or previous month. Black-capped finch, I believe. And most of this is watercolor. It was supposed to be mixed media. If you look really close, around the foreground of the branch and a little bit into the feathers of the bird, you can see a little bit of pen work, but I did it mainly to say that this was a drawing and not a painting. So, but yeah, I really liked the way this one came out. I might do some, some prints or cards. I haven't decided yet. Sarah, my wife, suggested that I should make this into a print. We'll see. I don't know if people are interested or not. So, but I was really happy with the way that one came out. So that's a keeper. Oh, and this one I said, well, after the finch and all the watercolor, I should really get back to the ink. So I did, and I really wanted to see just how far I could go. This is when I really started bringing in water to the mix and just going with dark lines and just seeing how far I can make that color bleed, that ink bleed. So yeah, this was a very expressive tree. There's elements that I really like, and yeah, it was a neat experiment. Yeah, this one, there's no ink. This is in honor of a friend who, I didn't know him well, I really didn't, but a fellow pilot, and every time I hear of an accident, aviation accident, it hurts. I was supposed to be, he died at a fly-in. It was right before the fly-in, the day of. I was supposed to go, and I had to cancel because of weather. And so I didn't get to see him again. I only met him once in person. I mainly knew him through Facebook. But I liked him, and the experience I had with him in person was just a very, it was a good experience. He was a good person, and he gave a lot to the aviation community. And gosh, in life, aviation, automotive, whatever, accidents happen, and good people die. So yeah, I said this was the day before his memorial, and so I said, well, Inktober or not, I'm going to do a painting. And yeah, so this is what it was. Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, after that one, I wanted something more lighthearted, and something I could get my mind off. Of course, I go ahead and put a weather balloon in the background. But anyways, this one I just wanted to do something fanciful, something fun, no emotion really. Just wanted to get away from that. And this one I think was probably one of my best blendings of color and ink. Much of this was ink work, and then I brought in color. This is a little muddy for my taste just because of the bleeding of the ink involved, but I really like how this came out. And this is where I was really working with the knowledge I'd gained so far in the month, knowing which pens would bleed and which ones would hold when confronted with water. I was able to get a really neat effect of dark areas of ink the lines around the stonework on the bridge. So I was really happy with the way that one came out. And then just playing with design and color and tone to give the impression of atmospheric effect and backgrounds and whatnot. So, I really wanted a light-hearted flying video, so it was Sunday again, and or the weekend. I don't know if it was Sunday or not. Anyways, it was the weekend. I was thinking in terms of comics again, and I thought, well, comics, aviation, you gotta do Snoopy. So this is Snoopy fighting the Red Baron, and I got a little punchy when I was working on the edit of that video. So so Snoopy started to chat in the video, and if you haven't seen that one, it's a short video and it's a funny video, and if you haven't seen it, you should see it. So I had fun with that one. And Monday came around. I think it was Monday. But anyways, this was kind of a break piece. Not very complicated at all. There was a bit of work on the very subtle texture of the leaf. There was actually more effort than I was planning on putting into it, but I've kind of learned that I'm not done until the painting's done. So, and this one was mixed media. There was a lot of the shadow work and whatnot was done with pens, and then moved around with water. And then I brought in the color into the leaf and whatnot. It's a little muted, I think, again because of the ink and how it kind of muddies the water a bit when it runs. But overall, rather happy with that one. A nice little piece, very simple. And then this one was not simple. This one was supposed to be mixed media, but the further I got into it, I said, this was a long day. It's a very small piece, but it was a very long day. There's just a lot of detail, a lot of subtle work with color, and I just didn't feel that ink was going to add anything to this. I really felt that it was going to stand better on its own as a watercolor painting. So I said, I'm just going to fail today when it comes to Inktober, but I wanted this one to be what it was. So yeah, that was a long day because I sketched this freehand. This isn't copying. So yeah, this was sketched from a photo, but freehand. So yeah, it was an extra challenge. And after that one, I said I'm going to make sure I use ink, and I'm going to go with a very simple design, and just be a little more expressive and a little more free. So the outlining and whatnot was done with pen and a little bit of the shadowing, I think, but it was a mixed media, and I was bound and determined, so I started with the pen and then I went to the watercolor, and yeah, so just a nice little image. I was trying to capture the idea, I think I call this microclimate. This is actually based on a tree out front in our lawn and out back. The shadows from the trees on the south side of the lot create this little microclimate in the lawn where it stays green longer through the year, and you can often see birds hanging out in the shadows when in the hotter part of the summer and whatnot. So it was just a play on that, where the shadow is the only part of the lawn you actually see, and just the interaction between the different elements of nature is what I was getting across with this one. Although I probably should have put a bird in it. Anyways. Did I use ink? Yes, I did. Yes, I used ink with this one. This one, I wanted to challenge myself. I was actually using my left hand. I'm right-handed. I was using my left hand to do this one. So it started with the pen and then I brought in the watercolor. It was a very free form of a pear that, yeah. Oh, and it was from life. So, yeah. I knew I needed to challenge myself a bit, so that's what I ended up doing there. And these are from the weekend. I'll just put both of them side by side. It was getting late into the month. I was getting tired. And so I decided, well, you know, I'll do a couple little bookmarks, basically. I knew I had some stuff coming up. I was recovering from some of the other images, which took a lot of time to make and edit the video from. So these were just simple little sketches. Again, it's ink for the form, and then this one I played with some cross hatching, which was fun to do, and then just adding a little bit of color. I didn't want the color to overwhelm it, so yeah. So that was a good little couple practice pieces on the weekend, and then I didn't have to do really extensive video editing either, so, which was nice. And then this one was in running up to Halloween. I wanted to play with the idea of, I wasn't sure if the ink would hold up to, I've got some masking material, and oftentimes when you put this down, if you put it on a painting where you've already put color on, the masking material will bring up some of that color, so you'll lose some of the work you've done. So I thought, well, I wonder what would happen if I used the ink, even though it's water soluble. Would I get would I be able to maintain or keep more of the work if I were then to mask it? So the evening before, I went in and did a sketch of the surface of the moon and let that dry overnight, and that was with the ink. And then the following morning I came in with the masking material, put on a nice thick layer of that, and then went ahead with the painting and pulled up the masking material, and there was almost no ink left. It had pulled, most of it had just come right up. So now I know. I was hoping I would get I was hoping it would keep more of the detail, but it didn't. So it was an experiment. So that was the ink portion of this, and then this is based on our cat, Archie. It's a very sweet black cat, and I thought, well, I wanted to put her out in nature, and you know, black cats, Halloween are they go together, but I wanted her to be able to look out, see the moon up on a tree, out in the wild, free, and you know, free of worry from us humans, because of some of the terrible things that some of us humans do to cats, especially the black ones. But so that was for our cat, Archie. And this was the final one. Well, actually, this was the second to final. This one was watercolor. There's no ink. I was done. It was getting close to the end of the month, and I was done. So this is actually, it's hard to tell. This is very free form, very impressionistic. If you see, there's a foot right there, and there's another foot right there. This was a free form, impressionistic watercolor based on a photo that I took of my wife when we were in Hawaii a couple years back. And it was a nice, kind of a mellow, sunny afternoon. The sun was coming in, and we were taking a break from some hiking and whatnot we'd done that morning. So she was laying down, and I was, I wanted to sketch. So somewhere, I haven't been able to find it, I did a sketch of her, but luckily I also had a photo, so I was able to work from that. And I just did a very loose free form, and just trying to capture the feel, the warmth of the sun on the coolness of the room. And overall, I was happy with the way it came out. The material kind of failed me. This paper just does not hold up very well to any real rough work, which this one had a little bit in. So as I was trying to really define the foot there. But yeah. So that was the month in review. I don't want to show it because I'm forget it. We'll show it. There it is. There we go. This one was no ink. This is a study that I'm working on for a future painting. I've started a new series. There's already one video out. It was the tail end of Inktober, so I think it's I think I mentioned Inktober in the video, but there's nothing on the screen capture or anything of that. But this is going to be the first study in a series having to do with what I call a masterwork. So it's the very best I can do. It's without consideration for time, and just trying to do a masterpiece. And so there's going to be a lot of studies involved, and a great deal of layout, a great deal of consideration for every little element that I think of. So this is as far removed from this as I get. And I love doing these, but the other pieces have their place too. But yeah, I really love to do what I call masterworks. They're very tight, and they're expressive, but I just try and get as close to realism as I can without going to the extreme of photorealism. This is more towards this one will get more into surrealism, I think, which is a style that I enjoy doing. I haven't done a lot of in recent years. I've gravitated more towards landscapes and whatnot, but I do enjoy a good surrealist painting, and so this one will have elements of that as well. So if you haven't checked out that video, that's a great one to check out. I think you'll get a better feel for the process that I use for what I consider a real high-end painting. So anyways, that was the end of the month, and I was exhausted. I think this has taken a longer time. Yeah, this is a longer video than I was anticipating. So yeah, this will probably be like part 3 or something. So I hope you find it interesting, and yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking in. I'm going to try and do 1 or 2 videos a week, so if you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button below. There'll be shorter videos than this. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.